Hey stars, I'm Lord Starry and welcome to another video. So in this video I'm going to be doing something different, and instead of playing a game I'm just going to put this stream instead. Of course I wanted to just note to self, I have to put this in the description as well. Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing you today another video in the What Is series. I'm gonna tell you what is the open relations code, or at least what I think of it, what it is, what are its uses, pros and cons, what do you think of it, how can you make use of it, maybe, I don't know, and what the situation is. I'm just gonna share my story basically. It doesn't, the rest are just up to you, I guess. So, first of all, where did this even come from? I'm someone who's usually like, oh yeah, I don't even care for relations, so what the hell, how did this happen? Well, basically, for the past few months and years, a lot of things have been really stressful, and the darkness just overwhelmed into some form of chaos, literally. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I have to just step outside and do something crazy. And oh yeah, it's recording. Yeah. So I was like, nah, I should just not do that, because just because a lot of stuff is going bad, I shouldn't just go out and do anything crazy. So I thought of organizing it, which is my seemingly, I keep doing this time and again, and just end up using that same energy for something good instead. So this time I thought, it's not logical, so logical demands some kind of order. I need to formalize a bunch of set rules and clauses. Like, I basically created a bunch of protocols for myself to follow, so that, you know, for the safety of myself and the people I talk with, because I talk with a lot of people. So, you know, a lot of this is still true. I don't share personal information on the internet, especially identifying one with anyone, no exceptions. Literally, no details. And it's good to be that way, because you should understand the internet is a big and dangerous place, and a lot of people forget. They're like, oh, what? You're not Elon Musk or someone big. You're not PewDiePie. Like, why should you care? How do you think these people get to where they are? Obviously, they start somewhere and then they grow. So if you're careless in the start, then every time you've been careless would have been a problem, and eventually it'll come back later, and that'll be an issue. Like the people you may have trusted who would later betray you. Like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? If in the initial stage, when you're small, you don't think of yourself big enough to necessitate such rules, then you're not properly enforcing like privacy rules for yourself on the internet, online, wherever you are, whichever social media, not just Discord. In that case, if you do grow, just because you haven't been safe in the start, it's going to be an issue for you later, and you cannot just change another account and expect it to grow as much. Okay, so yeah, these rules are helpful for that purpose, and the need, I guess. You know, health is defined as a state of complete, total physical and mental well-being, and given I don't exactly, actually I could do that, right? Given I don't exactly have the best mental setup, I thought, of course, I have some issues, and even the social necessities is really a thing. So I guess I thought I wanted to talk to someone and be comfortable with them, a lot more closer than the rest, but yet keeping the rules of the self clear. So I never made any exceptions through this process. I never shared any of my details with anyone, even the people that were the closest to me. But at least I understood that because I talk with more people, I was trying to realize that I was in some sort of open relations system. So I was like trying to research into it properly. I went online and I was looking up some stuff, basically how the hell it works. I don't even remember that part, to be honest, now. But yeah, I talked with a lot of people, and they talked to me about it as well. And then I searched it up and found that it's actually a real thing. So that's how I found open relations. And I was like, okay, I guess this would be the most practical thing for me, because, you know, it's based on trust, openness, multiple and parallel people, like with a no string attached kind of thing. But then, of course, they have to be people you trust, because it's not just talk to anyone and everyone. It's not gonna work with everyone, okay? Like, you can only confide in some people, especially the ones you find most comfortable and close to you and trustworthy. And that's really a hard thing to find in this world. So I was glad that it did happen. And it's actually based off the hedonistic philosophy that says that life is in general about moving towards pleasure and away from pain. in a manner that is not hurting anyone, right? So this was supposed to be just, just chill together, have fun, just, don't make a big deal out of it. Because in monogamous relationships, I have actually, that's the main reason I never even bothered about it, right? Like always. Have you guys ever seen like PewDiePie's TLC videos that he shares? Like literally every time, especially on the internet, all these people just try to meet up in real life, and then bam, they try to make it work, but then so much mistakes. They lie to each other, deceive, and cause confusions and all that stuff relating to problems. They hide important details. Right, these are all just problems. Or if you talk to someone else, even that's a problem. And personally, talking to people is something I have to do because, on the internet, because I don't do it in real life. I have a bunch of solidarity rules for myself in real life as well, so that I do not unnecessarily talk with anyone that I don't have to interact, not just talk. So to manage the real world, the online world had to be a bit more safe, and so these rules for the safety were made. And then since they were safe, I could have gone into relationships before, but then I didn't, because monogamous relations were flawed fundamentally. In order to find your perfect partner, it's next to impossible. Like, you're talking about one in how many thousands can achieve that, like in the true sense that you really actually get what you want. Everyone else is either passing time or just using you as time pass, or maybe they're just gonna use like a stepping stone, and like just for fun of it, like they could deceive you later. I don't know. It's like finding the real other person is not really simple or easy, and it's not urgent either. Most of the people make it so urgent. Like, why? Just chill a bit. At least I think that way. So that's and I see a lot of unpleasantness associated with it, like all the time. People look at the happy part of it, but there is a rule. I call it as high as low. Like, as high as you can go, there's going to be an equal fall on the other side. Like, if it should fail, then statistically that seems to be happening quite a lot often, on like the majority of the times, especially on the internet. So that all said, why would people like still do it? Because it's a need. And how did I manage to not do it? Because I play and just have fun. But then there was a point where I was like, I'm 18 plus and I should have just done this a long time ago, and I'm just, what the hell, not, at least I have, it's like curiosity, and I was like, I need to test this out, but I can't because of my own rules. So in a situation of chaos and confusion and pain, this seemed like a realization more so that despite me formally creating the open relations code for myself and trying to use it in that sense, I actually realized that it's just a type of person or something. It's something like, oh, you just wake up and realize, oh, it's something like that, You don't actually expect it or plan it. I'm someone who talks with a lot of people, and I love talking to different people, diversity, and I love finding out more about different people, not in a strange way. I mean, like, about who they are, curiosity, like understanding is the center of my interest. I like understanding, and I don't like that misunderstanding. So I was just like, fine, all this said, it should make sense then that I must be an open relations person, because I don't want to be stuck down to a single person forever. That's impractical, especially on the internet, and given we're never going to meet each other, and the rules are supposed to protect both of us, myself and the person I'm talking with, forever, pro or con, whatever happens, whether we're going to go or not. And it doesn't have any rules, like anyone can join or leave at any time. The point is to just have a system that satisfies the social necessity by having people of comfort that I can rely on and trust. So whether they stay or not, ultimately, for that duration, they were being real at all. Because this was a problem before. Like I said, if they're just gonna come and say and then leave, does that mean it's not true at all? Well, someone, a mystery person now, I forgot them, but a random person I talked with, of course, randomly told me that even though they may come and go, so some girls at least, and for some time at least, for the duration of which they are with me, they are being genuine, at least for that time. That moment itself is real, and that's still comforting. A lot of people still don't get that. So what happened then? What's the issue? Well, it's a reality it's that I didn't expect a lot of things, and there were a lot of confusion and confliction, but there was still a lot of good stuff. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself and you now. It's basically something like an emotion, right? And it wasn't planned, and it's not same for everyone. It's not like I talk with anyone on the internet. It doesn't mean that if I see like five girls, I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, let's go, let's go. This isn't some machine like robotic stuff. Despite how formalized and organized and ordered I try to be and plan and do everything, despite all that, it's not gonna work with everyone. In fact, it's impossible, nearly impossible. Like, because of all the antitrust laws that I made for myself in the recent situations, a lot of people have been not very friendly or like honest with me. They've deceived me basically. And it's not just a small group of people, or it's not just about the April thing that happened. It's happened many times, and it seems to be the nature of human beings in general. And cannot, I cannot generalize all humans are bad. That's just against my own rule. Generalizing a singular concept is wrong. So then it can be said that, in fact, people are of different kinds, they're diverse, and a lot of them could be a problem in many ways, but at least some of them could be worth all the trouble in finding these some, because regardless of what happened, uh, you know, there were some people that I did have a great time with. And like I said, they're free to join or leave anytime in this form of build of relation. It's the open relations after all. I mean, it's so no one's held down or tied down to anything. As much as I am allowed to do stuff, they are as well. And so I just thought some of them leaving didn't make sense because everything was going well. And then it makes sense actually in itself, right? Because, like I said, diversity. You're supposed to interact with different people. I'm curious what the world has to offer and what other people I can find out about, what more I can know about this universe. So, in that case, uh, despite now it seeming impossible for me to talk to people, I mean, after January and a few months ago, like not necessarily January, but it's like I have barely spoken with people, right? And even after that, the April stuff only makes it worse. So, how exactly can I come out of this? And it's just, despite me saying it's impossible, it cannot be stopped, because we cannot we cannot exactly know the future, and it's always changing, and time tends to do stuff to us. Maybe the open relations code will be used again, or maybe I will never use it again. We don't know, but saying that I never use it is kind of crazy. I mean, I would prefer to do that just for my safety. People have been gaining the ability to hurt me recently because of me using this and thinking, hey, I'm in control, I made these rules, no one can know anything, everything's fine. We're all just a bunch of people having fun together on the internet, and then we can just close our phones and go back to work and don't worry about it. But no, it's something that affected me because I still think of people and I'm still like, wow, stuff happened. Anyways, so even if I try to stop it now, and even if I try to keep myself away from it, if it is truly in my nature, and if this was just a discovery of myself, then in that case, it can be said that there is no real way to get away from it, and that it will always come back in some form or another. And that is what I'm expecting, but then again, I don't know if it's true. We can't tell the future. Maybe in the future I will change, because change is also the only constant in the universe anyway. Besides all this, I also have forgetfulness. It's got a lot of pros. I mean, if I do have a lot of issues, like I described, having the ability to forget them really helps me in not thinking of them all the time. Imagine if all the things I could imagine, like, I already can't stop overthinking, and if all of this just came together, I would literally not be able to survive the weight of it. So maybe forgetfulness is not all bad, but it's also scary in this case because I wanted to be able to remember a lot of stuff, but I often forget, and it scares me that I would forget the most important details and the people that I really liked. And thankfully, at least Discord helps me in that manner, that I wouldn't have to forget stuff, and I can write it down and I can share it in my chat. And really, a lot of this ended in good terms, but there is a dark side of everything, and it sucks and hurts a lot. Like, you know, not everything ends well. And I don't know why it is, but people seem to find the need to become negative and toxic or unpleasant if they don't like it and if they want to close it and just hurt someone before they go. That seems just unnecessary to me. I mean, you could do that, or you could just end in good terms. What's the big deal? At least you would have had a memory of a good thing, than converting all that pleasantness into unpleasantness. Even in love, this is a common thing, right? Everything looks good until something goes wrong, and then it never looks good after that. The same thing that you thought would make you the ruler of the multiverse suddenly makes you feel like the whole place is hell. Like, that's not necessary. And so I was thinking that at least because I talk with a lot of people, it would reduce the effect of loss, but instead, paradoxically, it compounded it. And instead of suffering just one, I had to suffer the loss of almost everyone I had lost in this process. And that was fine because as I made the rules, and as the rules said, there was supposed to be no forcing of everything or anything. Like, it's supposed to be just they're a person as equal as me, and we're just here for fun. So that should be kept in mind at all times. And I still do miss them, so I still remember. Uh, and actually, I wonder if they miss me too. But yeah, it is just a sadness. It is the price, I guess. If you have to understand what I'm saying, it's like it's not just a good. There's also there's if there's a high, there is a low. Like I said, so if it goes up, you must be ready for the down as well. And the open relation seems to have done just that. Instead of having just one person lose, I have to suffer with more people losing, and for different reasons. At least I am comforted by the fact that many of them were ended on good terms, and for whatever reason it may be so, it was fun while it lasted. And now, though, I'm just kind of scared of everything being able to hurt me because, it's just like you talk with so much people and then for so many months and years, and then you realize that what's the point? Like, if there's an ability to, like, usually, normally no one would have that ability, but because I trust them, I'm giving them the ability to basically hurt me. So it's kind of my fault then. I should have never done that, but then I do it because I don't know why I do it. I just do it, and I don't do it to everyone, just to some people. So how are these selected? Like, who's even controlling any of this? Goddamn influencers. But yeah, uh, and all of this would be fine, but the issue is it's also stealing my time, and that it seems to be like one of the most important things now. I need to progress, and I cannot be stopped by distractions like these. I have a lot of plans for myself, and I need to be able to execute them, and I need to be able to do whatever is necessary for it. And for this, I need to use my time wisely. Even if it is to watch a movie or have fun, even that is progress in its own way. But then, if I'm just talking with someone and then the someone leaves, then am I not wasting time? At least in that sense. Well, not really, because at least that moment is true. Especially now, recently, for the past few weeks or months, I've really felt a lot lonely. But uh, that doesn't mean I should revive this code. I should reuse it. Besides, I don't talk much. But maybe I will try to. Maybe I will try to find more people to talk with and solve this issue. Because what it is doing is, it's, despite the time cost involved, at least it's satisfying something which shall provide me enough motivation to do some other work, resourceful stuff. Like maybe I should study, or maybe I should complete more to-dos in my server, or maybe I should go and do some ideas that I didn't use yet. There are some solutions that I haven't tested out to my own problems, like having less people on the server. Maybe I should play some other games, find more people. There are solutions which I'm not using, and mostly I could be able to do it. It's just I don't have enough motive for it, and a lot of the things that I organize in order, it should be done in a certain order. I guess that order is not exactly there. I don't know how exactly I'm going to be able to, like, cross this. I mean, in conclusion, like, I want to be able to obviously pass this challenge that's presented. So I should be like, in not being able to trust people, right? Because in order to have a governing, self-sustaining server or whatever, I would need to have a group of people that I can trust. And if trust is not possible, then that's not possible. And the same thing can be said for different aspects of different tasks, like the channel or the server, or me just having fun in general, or just me talking to people in general, like the social aspects of it, or in general, a lot of things can be said, I guess. So ultimately, in order to pass this, it may seem paradoxical, but maybe perhaps a deeper pain is needed because uh, I've recently actually accepted the Twin Towers faction. Their proposal for my like, they invited me to go over to some place, and I usually am not supposed to accept that, but then I have accepted it recently. And who and what is that? Well, let's just say dark times in the history. Well, anyways, you can find out more about that in the next video in the What If series if you watch it. I mean, who even watches this channel right now? Bunch of people, internet strangers. Like, who cares? Oh my god, Star, you're saying so much. I'm just sharing my thoughts, okay? Because right now, there's no one to listen to that. And, well, there's not no one. I could find some people, I'm pretty sure. But I just thought, hey, I should make a video on this. So at least I can share this video with people later. And, like I said, it may be seeming paradoxical. Why would you want to have deeper pain in order to solve a problem? Because of all the things and how they are, right? Like, I'm somewhat forgetful and I seem to have an issue, but not it's not seeming to solve itself. So if I'm not able to trust people because of some small stuff, then I just need to forget about it. And what better way is there than to have an event of greater significance? Let's just say something drastic and unexpected, like me actually doing something I told myself I would never do. Like, actually, I'm not going to the same place where it happens. It's fine. I mean, you'll understand more when I say the next video on what it is. But yeah, maybe, hopefully, I'm just saying this because I have to go somewhere in like a few days. I'm expecting the week starting from 20th, probably that week, any few days that week. In the good version of it, I will come back. And alive, hopefully. And in the not so good version of it, it could be a trap. But then, let's just hope that it's not that bad. Okay, come on. In that case, I won't be able to make videos in that week, and so it must be made clear to you, whoever watches till this far. Oh my god, how long has it been? It's been 22 minutes. At least it's not 40 minutes. So, I hope to make it back for and alive, and hoping for better days. Just don't worry about it. Everything will be fine, hopefully. More World War Zeros will come, and then of course I'll be a millionaire. I'll have millions of subs. I'll maybe even fly into outer space. Holy shit! Look at that, so cool. Who knows? I mean, it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Now the reason I said that is because, of course, an event of greater significance is just a term that's saying that if something happens that is so memorable that it gets engraved into long-term memory, then in that case, something in the past that is already in that spot will lose its significance, at least by a bit, even if so little. So if it does that, then I would be able to, I guess, think more freely and start accepting people. Already I've seen the effect of it in the fact that I was able to go around and talk with some people at all. Like, I've tried it. It doesn't work though, because I'm like, what if this person is just more trouble? Or what if this person is crazy? Like, it's fine though. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be able to find a way around it. But this would be helping me in that process, and that's why I'm going to take a bit of a break. Not from you guys, although it would be necessary. It would be a side effect more of. It's not like if I had a chance, I would make videos, but I won't be able to. So that's why I won't be able to make videos for a while. Not now, but in the week starting from the 20th of May 2022, assuming the existing plan doesn't randomly change. Okay, I'll probably make a video on that day anyway. And the open relations code, yeah, that's what the video is about. Then, so will it come back? I don't know. Will I use it? Probably. Well, can I change? Probably. I mean, literally nothing is known. What the hell do we know about ourselves? How about you? Do you think you can make a promise and then keep it? Well, good. But then, can you stay the same till you die? Now that's just, even if someone says yes to that, you don't know that. The world and this life is very complicated. So anything is possible, anytime, anyone can change in many ways. And this is just a phase maybe, or maybe it's a defining characteristic, whichever it is, even I don't know. But it was certainly fun, with all its pros and cons. It was beautiful while it lasted, at least when it still does last, I guess, I don't know. And what do you guys need to know? Just be careful with what you do and whom you trust. And even if you're going to use these ideas and methods, ensure that you're going to keep the identity of yourself and the other person safe. It's not something you can just throw around. That's not needed. It's unnecessary. Like if you're ending some form of relationship, don't just be toxic. That's not needed. It's not written in some rule that, hey, if you're gonna leave, also just kindly be a fucking annoying person. Like, no, need to do that, right? There's no reason for hostility. We're all here to have fun anyway. I mean, isn't that the purpose of everyone's brain? Literally telling them, I want to be happy. This will make me happy. Literally, right? If it's money for you, why? Even that is literally the same answer. My god, this stream is so beautiful. How many of you even managed to endure all this whole video? Probably not a lot. But if you managed to survive to the end, well, congratulations. Leave a comment for me. Let me know that you did. I'd be like, oh wow, at least one person listens to me. Surprise, surprise. By the way, I also want to say, if you are going to use this, try to be nice. Just don't be annoying. I prefer the idea of positivity and really don't like the idea of negative people. And people I've seen, they even just copy others. Like, those are not gonna work. I feel like I have so much things to say. My mind is just throwing stuff one after the other. I should have finished the video when it said 22 minutes. It's gonna be 25 now. Oh my god, I crossed it. I will continue to talk to people eventually, even if not immediately. And even if I do, I don't know if I'll be able to maintain this as it is. The one thing I can say for sure is that it's probably going to undergo reforms, even if it's not going to get terminated, like, entirely, because I have a need to talk to people as a social member of the society, right? Because I don't talk to people, and I'm supposed to. That's the reason I founded it, and I understood that my own systems require me to talk to many people at the same time, and it cannot be locked down with a single person. That's why I made it. And oh, importantly, I just got reminded of something really interesting. A lot of people mistake it for, oh, you just want to talk to different girls at the same time. It's just excuses. That's not how it works. It's not possible for you to decide who it is gonna happen with or how. It's literally random, by the way. It just happens. And also, just because it's like asking if I can remove your left eye or your right hand, which one would you prefer? Like, you would probably want to keep both, right? In general, that's the kind of understanding you're supposed to draw from what I'm trying to say. You cannot trade someone, and people cannot be changed or replaced. None of that works here. If you understand what this really means, then you should probably have an idea of what I'm saying. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you guys here, really. I just don't know how this could be interpreted. But if you're gonna take it out of context or just make up your own mess, which some people have done, by the way, then that's just your own bullshit. Like, unnecessary, completely. I thought about it a lot, actually. I was like, maybe I should not make this video. Maybe I'm just gonna get into a lot more like bullshit. But then if you think about it that way, anyone can take anything said at any time to precisely be that. Like, that's exactly, I believe, where the word comes from, right? There will be haters. You cannot stop that. So if I want to be a creator, I must learn to live with the issues of the internet and find solutions to them and overcome them. So that all said, I should just probably not care about the negative part of it, besides I'm just trying to share you something positive and tell you how it works and what I think about it and how it's gone for me, right? The one thing you should be cautious of is that don't underestimate what will happen in the downside. You will have pain, remember that. Because people will come and they will go, regardless of what they will say, because that's just how it's been. Everyone seems to say that they can be forever, but they cannot. Also, on a side note, if you guys want to help me with my Discord server, I want to complete some stuff which are pending. You can just join the server and verify and be really nice. I'm looking for a loyal group of people who share my vision for a glorious future in the server with thousands of people eventually. For now, we're only in the hundreds. That can change, and even though there's not much activity, that can also change. If you are happening to be someone who is interested to grow yourself in the server and grow the server with me, then you can come and make SEO home, because you can have some responsibilities and some powers to do some things properly this time and help it grow. hopefully before I disappear. Also, I love this stream. Where the hell was it? Oh my god. uh, make love, not war. Remember? All right. Remember to smile for me. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Don't worry about me. Everything will be fine. Whatever happens, this too shall pass, and tomorrow will be another day. Hopefully for another stuff. Clearly for World War Z videos. Dramatic sound effect. Love that. Alright. Just comment, subscribe, I guess. I don't see people subscribing, and I don't say subscribe because I haven't made it properly, but the past many days I've been making videos, so I think it gives me the right to say subscribe, dang it. Leave a like, comment, join AC, be nice. The world is already got a lot of not nice people, might as well be nice. So yeah, love all, and well, star out.